Welcome. In front of me is an iPad Pro for 11 inches from 2025, and today I will show you how you can restore backed up data to your device. Now, obviously in this video I'll be using computers for this, and you can do this on Windows or Mac, it doesn't really matter. There is though a little bit of a difference. On Windows you will need to download additional programs, while on Mac all you need to do is just open up your Finder, which would be the equivalent of the little Windows Explorer right here. And when you plug in your device, it will show up. Just to kind of showcase this, it will show up there we go. As you can see, it pops up. So it's also visible right here. So on Finder, you'll find something like this. And when you click on this, instead of seeing the internal storage, you'll see a different looking page, which I'm going to mention once it's visible on my end. Now, on Windows, though, we do need to download something. So let's open up our Microsoft Store, the favorite place to download applications. This is the only place where we can download the program that we'll need. For some reason, you cannot get it from the browser. Beats me why that's the case. I mean, apparently we need to use Windows products to just use a damn application, which it just baffles me. But anyway, in here, just a search for Apple devices. This is the only place where you will be able to find this program as a legitimate version, let's call it. And you can see it right here. Now, I want to draw your attention to the amazing review of it being 2.1, which is even lower than iTunes. Again, trillion-dollar company doing fantastic work, improving the program by making it even worse than the previous one. And apparently this is supposed to be a upgrade or like improvement, refresh of iTunes. If you're fixing something, apparently you're supposed to make it better, but in Apple's devices, these dumb cunts will give us money anyway, so let's make this product even shittier. And here we go, we have Apple devices, and it is a god-awful program. I do want to clarify this, and it's literally designed only to manage your device. So you also might be wondering, why the hell are we not using iTunes anymore? I mean, that's what we used to use. And the reason is it just won't work anymore. When you plug in your device, it just won't give you the options to do anything there. I don't think even shows up. Like, the device won't actually show up in iTunes because it just doesn't support the newer devices. It's still usable for the old devices. Like if you have something like iPhone 3GS, you'll be using iTunes, but for anything new, for instance, like this one, not so much. So just know that. And once you get this amazing program right here, you can open it up. And this, Apple devices, is just a portion of what iTunes used to do. So you will see that the only thing, I'll just open it. The only thing that this does actually is manages your Apple devices. It doesn't do anything else. Now, it also inherently it cannot manage them correctly without subsequent other programs. So that's kind of stupid. So if I wanted to import music, I can't, because I first need to have Apple Music so I can let Apple devices know where the music is and all of its like metadata and all that stuff, and then it just kind of allows me to import music from there. So like I said, it's just an inferior, worse version of what iTunes used to be. But anyway, once you plug in your device first time around, you might need to select that you trust this computer, and once you do, you'll be presented with this page right over here. And this page will be exactly the same page that you can see on Mac when you click in that Finder on your iPad. Now in here we have two different ways of restoring a backup. So you can do it either from a computer or from a cloud. Now, depending on how you create your backups, if you do it on a computer or on a cloud, I believe they all will show up here no matter what, like both of them under restore. I only have backups done to the computer, I think, so there won't be much of a showcase in terms of the iCloud restoration. But anyway, to restore, you're just going to click right here, and in the drop-down menu you can see we have several different options to restore it, and we have also dates for each one of them. So the one that I'll be looking for is actually this one, which is the one that I created just a moment ago. There is actually nothing there. It's just the same thing as you can see right here, which is just a freshly resetted device, but it will still serve a purpose as a showcase. So when you select it, you can then select restore, I do want to point out one thing. Your device will look like it's resetting, and that's because it kind of is. The moronic design of Apple restoration is that it first resets the device and then only restores the supported data. If it sounds stupid, that's because it absolutely is. So what that means is, if you have on your iPad applications from not the Play Store, or not Play Store, sorry, App Store, these applications won't be restored, because the way Apple does their backup is they don't actually back up applications as a physical file that you can then restore. No, that would be too smart. What they do instead is get you, basically, if you have something like Tips, as an example right here, they get the information that, hey, this device used to have Tips application installed. Here's the link to it on the Play Store, sorry, App Store again, and just go effing get it when the device is being restored. That's basically what it does. So if it can find it on the App Store, or maybe you don't own that thing on App Store, it ain't restoring anything like that. Which, like I said, is just moronic design. Or malicious compliance, more like. So anyway, we're going to select Restore. And then, like I mentioned, it does reset the device. So erase and restore. Amazing logic. Instead of basically uploading missing data, it's removing all of the data and then replacing it from the scratch. Great design. Now, because of this stupidity, this process will take way longer than it actually ever should, because the device is literally being resetted to factory settings right now. So it will go through the reset, and then it's gonna finalize the reset. Then it's gonna, with that installation, upload the information for the data that it's supposed to also have through that restore, and from there we will be actually taken to the setup screen, which is going to be not a full setup screen, but it still requires you to do some like initial setup afterwards, which again seems kind of dumb considering the device was already set up and all I'm trying to do is fill out the missing information, and instead I'm getting everything resetted and then forced to do additional steps. But anyway, this will probably take about 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna let it run through and come back once it's finished. So yeah, see you then. And as you can see, the process is finished, and like I mentioned, we do have a little bit of a setup that you need to go through. It's typically a little shorter than the normal setup, so go through it, and yeah, you're basically done from that point. So anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.